I want to tell you that this is outside of my normal scope of content. I'm a certified executive chef. I'm a sports dietitian specializing in endurance fueling. I don't do this. But because it's been so valuable, I wanted to share it with you and see if potentially it could help you, especially if you love trail running and you want to improve your longevity at it. In 2020, I fell in love with ultra running. I scrapped my triathlon season and I just committed to running trails. I ended up with about 1,300 miles and a little over 90,000 feet of vertical climb. And for many of you, that's not a lot, but for a triathlete coming into running, it was kind of a lot. I loved it, but I loved it so much, I ran too much without doing the appropriate building phase to strengthen a part of my body that I didn't think was going to be a problem. So ultimately, I ended up with a foot injury. And I couldn't run for the last half of 2019 and most of the early part of 2020 is like 6 to 8 months without running. So what's the point of all this is that I couldn't run. I'm trying to get back. It's been an incredible struggle. And what I found is the root was some ankle instability, lots of ankle instability. And after looking for several months for a program or a plan that I could put together and utilizing my PT friends and the PT visits I've gone to, I didn't really have anything that I gravitated towards. Searching the YouTube, I found an awesome video by Vlad Ixel. Vlad Ixel is a full-time North Face trail running athlete. So he does this full-time. I'll link to his page that you see here in the show notes. I'll also link the video I'm about to show you so that you can go and practice this. His video is not difficult, and I think that is the cool part and one of the reasons why I value it. There are 4 exercises. 3 of them are dedicated to single leg movements. It really looks to improve your balance, stabilization in both large and stabilizing muscle groups that help you not fall the hell over when you hit unstable and uneven ground. It takes about 16 minutes to complete. You won't get super sweaty enough that you've got to go shower so you can't go right back to work. So I'll get up from my desk after doing a video or having sessions with my athletes. I'll go do this 16-minute video and come back. It's light enough stress that I can do it 3 to 4 times per week. Now, in the beginning, I could only do it about twice because it really was pretty challenging working some parts of my body that I wasn't used to using regularly or as consistently with as much focus. It requires no equipment or special flexibility. I found that to be nice because like I'm stuck in my home, I don't want to have all this equipment. Now, why this is a big deal to me was that running is a one-legged sport, right? You do it one leg at a time. I think we all know this. And when you combine that with the fact that trails introduce a lot of uneven terrain and often unstable terrain, all of it's loose and gravelly, rocks can move, branches, come off out of the ground, that it really forces your body to react quickly. And a little bit of prehab work by strengthening these areas around your foot, your ankle, your stabilizing muscles, you can get a lot of longevity in your trail running and avoid the rehab work from an injury. Now, the ankles can often be placed in some compromising positions. The joint, the surrounding tendons, your ligaments, and the stabilizing muscles get asked to do a whole hell of a lot on a trail run, one at a time. And that's the bigger thing that's compounding or amplifying this, is that with all the forces generated from the impact by running speed, your body weight, gravity, pitch of the ground, you're asking that ankle to take on a whole big load of weight and then keep you stable when it hits the ground on this uneven terrain. Now, part of that balance is called proprioception. I'm going to read you a quote from a journal article, "The Role of Ankle Proprioception for Balance Control in Relation to Sports Performance and Injury." It says, proprioception, by the way, which is your awareness in space, like where are you? It's a big piece of balance, especially when you're running on a trail with lots of distractions. Think about how many times you reach into your pack to grab something to eat, you grab your water bottle, you look at your watch, you see something cool you want to take a look at. All of that is taking your vision away from where your foot is landing, and now we've just amplified the balance issue. So what does this quote say? It says, proprioception plays an essential role in balance control, and ankle proprioception is arguably the most important aspect of this. Central processing of ankle proprioceptive information, along with other sensory information, enables integration for postural and balance control. It's kind of like your ankle is this linchpin, this hub for all of this balance information and data. Now, the kinetic chain of running is just that. It's a chain. It links the body together. And you may know this already, but your head placement is part of that chain, and it belies the importance of good running form and posture, meaning if your head is in the wrong place, your shoulders start to slump over, and now this just trickles all the way down to our feet and our ankles, putting us in a bad running or compromised running position. Now, what does this have to do with balance and the kinetic chain is that each one of these pieces in the chain, say like your calves, your hip flexors, your glutes, your hamstrings, your quads, they are all helping you balance and stabilize. Now, part of that kinetic chain is your glutes. And in addition to working the stabilizing muscles in the calves and around the ankles, you're also working your glutes in this program that Vlad puts out. This video certainly works the lower leg for stability, especially the ankle joint. Quite a bit of stability is going to come from your glutes, and that's why I value this workout, is because it really causes you to slow down. There's no rush in this workout, and you can focus and impactfully, meaningfully, consciously activate your glutes, which oftentimes is underdeveloped muscle in runners. Believe it or not, it really is, and it can be the root for a lot of running injuries. Now, this 16-minute training definitely activates the glutes, the lower leg, the ankle joints, and believe it or not, I think when you try this, you're going to be surprised at how unstable you may actually be out there on the trails when it's hard and difficult to get through this workout on flat surface in your living room. Now, as a personal note, I found that if I activated my core by pulling my belly button towards my back, like sucking that in, I could get some much needed lower back support and include some core strengthening without adding any additional time. That's another additional weakness that I have that really impacts my running when we start to go for 3, 4, 5, and 6 hours. You really do utilize a lot of your core to stabilize your upper body. Like I said, it's a kinetic chain and it's all connected. Now, I hope you find a lot of value out of this video. Vlad, thanks for making this, man. It's really helped me and improved my trail running and my return from injury back to a sport that I've just fell in love with. Thanks, I appreciate you watching. Have a great day, and I hope you enjoy the content.